The centers, let's get into it. What are the centers? The YMCA anything recreational. It's the point of focus that receives and transforms the energies moving throughout the body graph. Human design, of course. If the center is defined, the energy comes from within, it's expressed out. Undefined centers, the energy comes from the outside world, it's taken in. Receptivity! And now onto our rankings. At the bottom we have the root center, CHOP. It's grounded, not living in delusion. Up next we have the sacral center, CHOP. Wasn't that creative to get to the top? Up next we have the solar plexus center, CHOP. Well, just wasn't good enough. Up next we have the spleen center, safe. Next we have the heart center, safe. Then we have the G center, safe. And now on to our top three. We have the throat center. Well, it talked its way up here. Up next we have the ajna center. Ajna. And at the top of the list we have our head center. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. First, starting off with the head center, it contains gates 61, 63, and 64. Represents inspiration, questions, confusion, doubt, the mental pressure. It's tough. Not self-themed, thinking about irrelevant matters. If it's defined, you can feel pressure to answer irrelevant questions, like everybody's watching you or something. Undefined, you feel the pressure to figure things out. And in this rat race, look, you're also influenced by the ideas of others, not so good all the time. Up next, we have the Ajna Center. Ajna. It contains gates 4, 11, 17, 24, 43, and 47. It represents data processing, mental activity, conceptualization, and insight. Not self-themed, pretending to be certain. We know you're lying. If it's defined for you, you got a fixed way of processing and thinking information. Undefined, you could see things from multiple perspectives, look at you. But it could be hard to find some certainty. Up next, we got the Throat Center. It contains gates 8, 12, 16, 20, 23, 31, 33, 35, 45, 56, and 62. It's a mouthful, isn't it? It represents communication, manifestation, materialization, and expression. Not self-themed, trying to attract attention. Sounds like a lower octave Leo, or even Gemini, who knows. If it's defined, you have a fixed way of communicating, maybe a Gemini here. If it's undefined, you meet the needs of those speaking to you, it's really giving Pisces energy. Up next, we have the G Center. Contains gates 1, 2, 7, 10, 13, 15, 25, and 46. It represents identity, love, direction. Not self-themed, fixated on finding love and direction. It's giving Libra. If it's defined, you can provide direction for others. It's also a consistent sense of self and direction. If it's undefined, you have more of a flexible sense of self and direction, though you need to be in the right place with the right people. Next is the Heart Center. Contains gates 21, 26, 40, and 51. Represents the willpower, ego, self-worth, and the material world. Not self-themed, feeling unworthy, undervalued. It's given low octave Taurus. If it's defined, you have a consistent self-worth and willpower, though you may feel like you need to prove yourself to others, do you? If it's undefined, you're more adaptable in this area, though you may overcompensate for insecurities. On to the Spleen Center. Contains gates 18, 28, 32, 44, 48, 50, and 57. It represents fears, the well-being, the immune system, intuition, instinct, and survival. Not self-themed, holding on to what isn't good. It's giving Taurus in the 7th house. When it's defined, you need to listen to your intuition. You have the strong intuitive nudges, but you also got the strong immunity. Look at you. Undefined, you have a lot of channels for intuition, though your discernment needs some consistency. It's giving Pisces. Onto the Solar Plexus Center. Contains gates 6, 22, 30, 36, 37, 49, and 55. It represents emotions and feelings, desires, passion, intimacy, romance, and sensuality. It's like Taurus and Leo if they had a child. Not self-theme, avoiding confrontation and truth. It's given a lower vibration of Scorpio. When defined, you have an authority in decision-making. Emotional waves may vary, batteries sold separately. When it's undefined, you may avoid the truth, which may cause conflict with other people. You may be inconsistent with emotional processing. Moon and Cap. Now onto the Sacral Center. It contains gates 3, 5, 9, 14, 27, 29, 34, 42, and 59. It represents vitality, life force, sexuality, response, availability, and the generators. I'm talking about the type. It's also giving Leo energy. Not self-themed, not knowing when enough is enough. It's giving an overindulgent Taurus or Libra. Or even Sagittarius. Look, don't project at me. When it's defined, you have a high endurance for tasks, though you need to follow through on your desires. When it's undefined, you may not have the endurance to follow through on some tasks, but rest is needed. Look, rest is needed, or else you'll find yourself in the go, go, go energy and then you burn out. Sad, isn't it? Finally, we got the Root Center. Contains gates 19, 38, 39, 41, 52, 53, 54, 58, and 60. It represents drive, ambition, stress, adrenaline, pressure, and worry. It's given Aries. Not self-theme, always in a hurry to be free of the pressure. Aries. With 3 teaspoons of Sag. When it's defined, there's on and off pulses of adrenaline, consistent though with stress management. That's good. When it's undefined, you have high stamina and vitality, but you feel under pressure to complete things. Tough world. That's it, I'm done.